Thursday night Knicks in H-Town, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Lost another soldier in the battle, man. No Kevin Knox. Knicks had to make do without him tonight. My boy Kev in the COVID protocol, joining RJ, Obi, and Quentin Grimes. You had a hot start, an aggressive start by Julius and Fournier, who would also be the reason why the Rockets got back into this game. Knicks take a 2-point lead going into the fourth quarter. But shout out to Deuce McBride, Mitchell Robinson, Emmanuel Quickly for shutting the door on a pesky Rockets team. Knicks win 116-103. This is Knicks Post-Game Live, presented by Prize Picks. CP the Franchise, Ashley Moss, JD Sports Talk. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Hit that thumbs up button for a Knicks W. 4-game losing streak snapped, finally. And we saw some good things tonight. We saw some positives tonight, and I'm going to start off with number one, Deuce McBride. The Deuce was loose tonight in H-Town. 15 points, 9 assists, 0 turnovers, 4 steals, and 4 steals on the books. But Deuce McBride must have accounted for at least 8 Rockets turnovers with his on-ball pressure, picking up from full court, jumping into passing lanes, just making the Rockets uncomfortable all night. Shout out to Deuce McBride for being ready when his number was called. No Derrick Rose to start the second half. Derrick Rose leaves the game with an ankle injury, and Deuce McBride played the whole second. You know, Tibbs, if he has to play you, he's going to play you, JD. You know what I'm saying? Deuce McBride plays the whole second half and delivered for his team. Number one game ball tonight. I'm going with Deuce McBride, man. 116-103. Deuce leads his team to victory. JD, give me your thoughts, man. Give me your thoughts of this game.
It was an odd game for me. It looked like the tale of two halves because I thought the way they started the game, they were weak defensively. The starting unit was struggling a little bit on their rotations. I thought Julius Randle had a tough first quarter defensively against Tate. Slow on rotations and you know, so the Knicks got off to a little bit of a slow start in my opinion. But the story of the night is Deuce McBride. CP, we talk about him potentially being a future, you know, point guard, whether it's starting or heavy rotational player. In the last 2 games, he's played 56 minutes, 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers. And tonight, he had more ball handling responsibilities than he did his, you know, previous game against the Warriors. And the second thing with him is the ability to knock down the 3 in the NBA.
Pull-ups.
In the NBA.
Pull-up game.
You know? Contested threes. You know, we said this during the summer league when he was red hot. It's like, can he take the next step, translate this now to the preseason and then into the NBA? Because once you're able to do that, then you're talking about a player that gives Tibbs 2 things that he wants: the ability to make the 3-point shot and the ability to play defense, elite level defense. Yeah. And so, you know, I think this is a positive encouragement. You're talking about now your 2 top rookies being able to play well, and you know, and let's see if he can build on this. And it's going to be interesting. They had a great win tonight. I know it's the Rockets, but at the end of the day, when you're struggling and you're on the road, the Rockets were 7-6 at home, so it's not like this was like a gimme. Yeah, especially when you had all the players that were out.
Rockets been playing well, man.
So it's going to be interesting to see now. You know, they have to, you know, build on this and start to rack up some wins. They have a soft schedule coming up. So Deuce McBride is the story of the game for me. Absolutely.
No question. Discussion. Ash, how you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with JD. It's the tale of 2 halves, right? In the first half, it was a lot of the same, you know, blowing a double-digit lead, getting outscored in the paint. It looked like the same old Knicks story. But, you know, going with Deuce, obviously his offensive capabilities and his contribution to the team, 15 points from him, plus 19 tonight, very impressive. But for me, it's his basketball IQ. I think for me, it's not only his ability to help the offense, but the defense. And he does so for all quarters of the game. He's impactful for all 4 quarters. And that's what we've been talking about, not playing 3 quarters of basketball, not playing 2 quarters of basketball, but having your foot on the gas for all 4 quarters. And that's what he did. He was nonstop. He was relentless. He put his teammates in a position to win. No turnovers, which is so impressive.
As
He's
a point guard.
as hell. Yeah, smart as hell with the ball. His IQ is just way beyond his years. And I mean, look, if this doesn't go ahead and showcase Tibbs that you have a lot more talent than you've been utilizing, 63 points from the bench. Outscored your starters. Although Evan Fournier and Julius Randle were both impactful in their own way.
Yeah, they had their moments.
Yeah, much better game from Evan Fournier. You have a lot more talent than you've been utilizing, Tibbs. And if that 63 points off from the bench tonight did not showcase that to you in the absence of some of your players because of COVID protocols and things like that, if that doesn't give him, the inspiration to start being more creative with his lineups, I don't know what will.
Yeah, no question. Now, second game ball, it's a toss-up, man. It's a toss-up. I don't know who you guys in the chat are going with the second game ball. I'm going to go with, because I really feel like his impact in 2 areas of the game really changed the game, because Knicks had a 2-point lead going into the fourth with about 11 minutes left. I got to go to the Block Nest Monster, man. He wanted to get activated, was on his IG feelings, taking subliminal shots at the team past couple of games. He wanted to get activated, and tonight I thought he did, man. 17 points, 9 rebounds, 6 offensive rebounds. That's where he shines best. 8 of 8 from the field, plus 21 tonight for Mitch. And when it was a 2-point lead, he got 2 offensive rebounds for 2 putbacks. Deuce fed him. IQ fed him. And from that point, the Knicks went on like a 21-8 run over the next 8 minutes. I thought Mitchell Robinson really made his impact felt. Rockets really didn't have much size out there outside of Tice. And Mitch dominated, man. Mitch dominated on the glass, and offensively, he got it going, JD. Second game ball, I'm going with Mitch, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree and go second game ball with Mitch, only for the simple fact that he had a terrible first half, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like he was getting looked. Yeah, I was like, what's going on here? Have you just checked out? Mm-hmm. Because I don't look for much offense at this point from Mitch, but I look for him to be a defensive presence out there on the court. And he was letting Daniel Tice just eat. He was slow on rotations.
Yeah.
He was complaining to the refs about fouls. And then in that fourth quarter, it's like he flipped the switch.
He was eating food out there.
He looked excited to play with a guy like Deuce McBride. I think the energy was contagious, and he kind of fed off that energy. And so you like to see that, CP, because I feel like he is at a crossroads here. He's at a critical point individually for himself as a player, even if he's not going to be here. Just as a player, you're in a contract year. So if you have there's something going on behind the scenes with the Knicks or with the coaching staff, all right. But you as a player, you have to look out for yourself, and, you have to raise your value and raise that money. And you only do that by playing well. So the Knicks can benefit off that. And I hope he can build on it. Maybe this is a turning point for him, and maybe he can start to become more consistent on the defensive end.
Yeah, certainly hope so. Ash, what you think about Mitch tonight, fourth quarter?
Listen, obviously a much improvement from Mitch, and we've been kind of waiting for this type of play from him. But I got to give my second ball to IQ quickly.
Okay.
The rookie and the vet. Listen, 24 points from him, plus 19 also. I tweeted out, Emmanuel Quickley is special, and I meant it. Kendrick Perkins gave me a little hard time because he said, we can't just throw around that word. But when I said it, I meant it. Emmanuel Quickley is special. I think he is his future, his ceiling. We are just seeing what this kid can be, the way he can impact the game, the way that his shot is just automatic, the way that he doesn't stop, the way that he never quits. I mean, he is another one. All systems go all of the time. He does not know how to not play 4 quarters of basketball. And again, this just goes to show how much talent, how much potential is in our young guys. Play the kids, Tim.
Play the kids.
#play the kids. They have
Let's
the hunger.
go.
They have the drive. It doesn't have to be the vets. It doesn't have to be, the older guys on the team or nothing. There's so much more depth and so much more potential on this team that you have not been tapping into. And this game has showcased that in so many different ways. Shout out to IQ. You know already how I feel about the Rook and the Vet. Big fan and continuing to be a fan. Just impressive every single day.
Play the kids, man. And JD, you know, the thing with IQ is that what we've seen so far this year from you know, the off-season, preseason type into now is that his playmaking has improved year over year, but his shot has taken a step back. You know, his shot has definitely taken a step back. I think over his last 10, he was shooting something like only 30% from three. Last 10, 25% from three, even worse. 25% from three. 7 to 10 from three tonight. 5 for 5 in the fourth quarter. Him and Deuce seem to have that, you know, that chemistry that they had in the summer league. They seem to play well off of each other. So it was good to see quickly get a shot back tonight, because I felt like, you know, the other assets of his game has been pretty good so far this year.
Yeah. I mean, look, it also, real quick, it's also important to know, and, you know, people will say to us, it's Houston. What do you expect? You know, it's not a good, that's all true.
Rockets been playing well, though.
Listen, in the NBA, anything is possible. And we allowed Houston to come back from a double-digit deficit in that first half, and this game could have gone completely left. I think with the way that the Knicks have been playing, there are small victories in everything. And I think outside of the team that we were playing tonight, you have to look at the logistics of the game. And the logistics of the game showcases a lot of talent in the youth. The logistics showcase that there's a lot of non-quit in the youth. There's a lot of determination there. And I think that was the biggest takeaway from the game, is that we have not been tapping into the potential on this team in its entirety. And I think that's what people are excited about, because the fans are finally seeing what they have been talking about. The New York Knicks fans are smart. They know every in and out of this team. They sometimes say crazy things and we get into these debates and these arguments, but the fans of this team are smart, and they know the guys on this team, and they want to see the best team out there possible. And hopefully Tibbs listens to not only them and us, but what he saw tonight.
Yeah. And, you know, to IQ, you know, this was a good confidence game. You know, I was saying to myself that, you know, the fan base and people in general, they have different ways of evaluating IQ. You have the crowd that thinks he can be a point guard, and then you have the crowd that just views him as a combo guard scorer. And for me, I just want him to be a knockdown shooter. Like, if he can just be that, we'll work on your other skill sets. We'll work on developing other areas. But if you can be that threat to where when you're open, there's a high percentage shot that you know, shot is going to go in, this is going to help the team immensely. And so him going 7 of 10 from the 3-point line is a good step in that direction. He shot 39% from 3 last year. As you mentioned, CP, the last 10 games going into tonight, he was at 25%. So he's taken a step back at that 3-point shot. He's been extremely streaky, more so.
Yeah.
And so maybe this is the beginning of a new streak. And I know one of the areas he has to work on is consistency. All young players work on that department. So I hope that this is, you know, the start of him building some confidence. Sometimes you need to play a team like this. You know, I know after the fact, people can try to downplay the win. But at the end of the day, there's certain players when they're struggling, you need a game like this to build confidence and go, you know.
I mean, look, I thought it was pretty even Stevens. You know, they were shorthanded. We were shorthanded. It was kids versus the kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of their young players were leading the charge here, and a lot of our young players were leading the charge. I thought it was a fairly even matchup, especially in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, yeah, you could say it's Rockets, but I thought it was a fair fight. Listen, we lost 4 straight. You know what I'm saying? We in the doldrums, man. We in the doldrums, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll take this win. 4-game losing streak snapped. Let's go with it.
And this is what they're supposed to do, right? Like before tonight, I was reading a lot about, well, the Knicks, the next 18 games, they're going to play one team with a winning record. Well, this is what.
Yeah,
this is a positive.
You want to play the Bucks again? Just take the win and let's go, man. We gotta start running some wins off, man. Take this. Let's go.
Let's get some wins and let's get some players back and let's start to develop this team. And actually now start to build what could be a new rotation and see how it goes.
If he plays the kids.
If he plays the kids.
If he plays the kids, man. If he plays the kids. I want to shout out Jacob Carlson, $25 super chat. He says, how about the rotation with Taj and Mitch? Not sure if that works against every team, but they played great together tonight. And that's another thing you got to consider. There was a lot of combinations out there that have never played on the court in a game. You had your COVID unit. You had IQ, McBride, Burks, Taj, and Mitch. And shout out my guy Taj, always ready. My guy Taj was getting activated out there in the fourth quarter. He's unsung hero. We put him on the unsung hero on the shelf. But I mean, you had lineups like that in this game tonight. So give them credit, man. They played well when it mattered. Let me see. What other super chats we got here? Shout out Junior Karuma, $10 super chat. He says, Deuce, Grimes, RJ, Obi, Mitch. Damn, God is good. Knicks finally hitting on the draft picks for consecutive years. Let's go, NY forever. Another $5 super chat. Kareem Grant says, I'm throwing a conspiracy. Rose faked his injury to give Deuce some shine. Change my mind. LOL. Junior Karuma again says, I forgot IQ. Yeah, man, IQ was balling tonight. Shout out Aldo Salas, $5 super chat, says, huge difference when Julius is on the court and off the court. Ball moves so easy. Obi a jump shot away from taking his job. Well, you know, and you know, that was the other story for tonight. I thought, despite, you know, the third quarter, I mean, let's just start off just how the game started. I thought, look, Fournier and Julius, I thought they were aggressive. I thought they were in attack mode. I like their mindset. Their body language is much different than games past. If you look at Julius' body language to open this game than the Golden State game, I mean, he looked exacerbated in the Golden State game when the game even first started. So I liked his energy. I liked where he was going with it, in especially in the first half. Fournier as well. Fournier finished with 23 points, so that was a good sign. Now, third quarter, once again, things slow down. Things get muddy, JD. You know, offense sputtering, no ball movement. Ball is sticking. In the first quarter, Julius was making quick decisions, whether it was passing it or making a move to the hoop or shooting the ball, just much more quicker decisions. Third quarter, things just got muddy there. Fournier making bad decisions. And a lot of that got the Rockets back into the game, man. Got the Rockets back into the game.
You know, one of the things I've started to focus on, because we've been having this conversation for most of the season so far, in terms of what is the root, like what's the problem with the starting lineup. There's been McBride, you know, was starting in the third, and you know, for a moment there, we gave the lead back, right? So it's like, wait, it's not McBride. We started Grimes. It's not Grimes. You know, we started Rhodes. It's not Rhodes. So what is the problem? And what I think one of the problems is, CP, Fournier and Randall, the Knicks don't have a lot of speed. When you look at Noel, Fournier, and Randall, that's 3 starters out of 5
stuck in the
at
mud.
Important positions. So what happens is when Randall is dominating the ball, now you have 2 other guys that are just not athletic or fast. Yeah. And in today's NBA, you're playing fast, athletic teams. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the reasons why they just can't get into a rhythm. And then when they're down, their energy zapped. And then forget about it. Yeah. So I think it's a personnel issue. And it's a combination issue where I don't know that you can have that much slow foot speed at one time against elite NBA
and they're not a very resilient group. When, you know, give credit, it's another team on the other side of the court. They wanted it. And shout out to Kmart's kid, because who knew that Jeans could travel, you know, in terms of basketball skill, because he plays just like his pops. But they wanted it. You know, they wanted it. But go ahead.
No, and you know, sometimes I think, well, if we got De'Aaron Fox, would that make a difference? I mean, he would definitely make a difference. You know, we get at some of these point guards. I know that's one of the, you know, talk conversations, but I just think from a personnel standpoint, we don't have enough speed with that lineup. And when we don't make shots, it affects our defense. And when it affects our defense, you're looking at a guy that Fournier, does he have the personality along with Randall? Because you have possessions, Randall's complaining to the refs. And then when Fournier's missing 2-3 shots, he becomes like timid. Mm-hmm. He gets skittish out there. Yep. So that combination is deadly.
Big time. Go ahead, Ash.
No, agree with everything that JD said. Really nothing to add to. I think also one thing I took away from this is that when you have Deuce out there kind of going ahead and running the offense, it also puts Burks in a position where he's more comfortable in the way that he has to play. Yeah. I think that he's not comfortable in that point guard position that he's kind of forced into. Yeah. And I think we saw a much more comfortable Burks out there flourishing the way that he knows how to flourish, because you had somebody who is truly more beneficial and more conducive and more productive in that true point guard role. And I think, again, you got to stop, and this goes to Tibbs, you got to stop trying to force players to be what they aren't. Obviously, you force everybody to do certain things, right? Every player on the court has to play defense. Every player on the court should know how to shoot in some capacity. But when it comes to those more intricate details of the ins and outs of a basketball team, rather, you want to go ahead and allow guys to flourish in a role that is really conducive for their style of play. And I think we saw that tonight, especially with Burks and Deuce out there.
No doubt about it. And salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Over 1,300 people in the chat. Welcome to Knicks Postgame Live, presented by Prize Picks. We're going to get to the phones in a little bit. Going to read a couple super chats now. Tonight, since we snapped our 4-game losing streak, I'm going to give away a snapback tonight. A little New York Knicks 75th anniversary joint. Sponsored by my guy Shells Heavy. No Fulton Street knockoffs, no Fulton Street Fugazis. This is brand new with the tags. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do, man. All authentic merch over here. So get ready, because I could be dropping it at any minute. So you better be ready, and you better be sharp on your Knicks knowledge, because it's going to be trivia tonight, and we coming hot and heavy. Let me shout out a couple super chats. Shout out to Paul Robinson. Says, free to you, it's them, and you're fired, Tibbs. Jalen PM, $5 super chat, says, when we're healthy again, I need IQ, Grimes, and Deuce in the starting 5. Send Evan to the bench. Hashtag Black Court. Hashtag give Deuce the keys. I've seen enough. Shout out Fugazi, $5 super chat, says, Ashley looks just fire.
Oh, all right, so thank you.
Fugazi sipping heavy tonight. Show just started, Ash. All right, Fugazi's out the window. All right, Marlon Raglan, $5 super chat, says, if we're being honest, Deuce is our only true point guard. Well, I don't know if he's the true point guard, but, you know, what we could give him credit for is, you know, in the offseason, one of the things he was really wanting to work on was his pick and roll playmaking, and his overall just playmaking as a point guard. You know, that was one of his areas in college that he wasn't so strong in. Tonight looked pretty good, man. 9 dimes. Look pretty good tonight. So let's see if he can carry that over. All right, let's get to the phones. Let's go to Ron from B-More. Ron, what's going on?
Oh, man, it feels good to win.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
You and me, we're winners.
That's right.
That's what we do.
That's it.
And thank you for following me on Twitter. That's an honor, man.
No problem, man. No problem, man. Appreciate it.
I'm stunned Evan Fournier was allowed to take the technical free throw, but that's a story for another day.
And bricked.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We're going to remember this game when the Knicks turn around their season. Miles McBride saved the season. He needs to start for the New York Knicks. Manuel quickly can play off the ball, come off the bench. MJ Burke can now come off the bench. As much as I love Mr. MJ, he needs to be on the bench and play off the ball and play in his role.
You're right.
Derrick Rose can ball out with the second unit. He doesn't have to play the defense, the ball pressure. I don't need Derrick Rose to do that at his age. I'll need Derrick Rose in crunch time situations at times, but no. Deuce McBride needs to start for the New York Knicks. It's time. He's the only one that can give me the he's the only one that can give me the pressure, and he actually got Mitchell Robinson involved in a basketball game.
Yeah.
Which is you know, Mitch drives me nuts, but at least he was in the right spot. He got some easy dunks. Mitch needs to learn how to set screens. He drives me nuts. And he's got to get that rebound. The awareness that Taj had to come all the way over for that was ridiculous for that one rebound. Mitch had a great game tonight, but that one play, man, it's the awareness. If I can get the awareness for Mitch and the alley-oops, and that's predicated on a point guard, maybe Mitch will set better screens now.
Yeah.
Because he's playing with a point guard. Maybe. Just maybe. The Randall ISOs at the end of half drove me nuts.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Fournier almost lost the game when Deuce sat. As good as Fournier shot it, he drove me nuts and almost jumped out my window. But the only thing is, we're gonna. He saved the season, and Tibbs knows it now. Like Tibbs needs to be fired. I'll be honest with you, and I love Tibbs. If Miles McBride is not starting, and COVID may force this, but if he's not starting for this basketball team, then I'm done with Tom Thibodeau. And Tom Thibodeau's my guy. Okay, I defend him like crazy. But Miles McBride, you cannot tell me, guess it was just the Rockets, but you saw the last game with the Warriors. Yep. You cannot tell me as a fan.
Needs minutes, man.
You know when you have it. He has it.
Needs minutes, man.
You can't, your eye saw it, man. I'm going to let other people go. I just want to say I love you. We're going to turn around our season.
Let's go, Ron.
Miles McBride is the truth. Salute.
Appreciate it, Ron.
That's all I got.
Appreciate it, Ron. Got to play him. Got to play him. Shout out Fritz Marty Jr., $20 super chat. He says, Jesus, I need that hat. Send me the link so I could buy it now. So we're going to give this away, man. You don't even need to buy it, but you got to be quick. with the answers to the trivia, man, because it could drop at any moment. So be ready. Be ready. That's all I can say. Be ready like Miles McBride tonight. Triple OG, $20 super chat says, I believe Tibbs has to continue to incorporate these young guys in the starting lineup. That energy just hits different. And that's a fact. Yeah, that's a whole fact, sir. Absolutely. Who else we got? $20 super chat from Lee. Says, IQ dropping buckets and contact lenses. Career high 7 threes. Yeah, he did lose a contact on the court, but obviously didn't impact him. So good to see him get his shot back in order. You know, one thing, guys, we just can't seem to get right executing out of a timeout. What is up with that? Every time a team gets the momentum in a game, we go to a timeout, we come back. You had Julius with the shot clock violation. You had Julius pass it out of bounds, turnover. Last year and this year, same way. We just can't execute out of a timeout. I just don't understand it, man. I just don't understand it.
They have to, and when you say 2 years, right? Last year and this year, two different teams with the rookie class this year, two different, guards. Yeah. So to me, that's coaching, right? That to me, that's coaching, because it's not like it's, last year they were very good off the timeouts, and this year it's the step back. No, it's been last year when they were a playoff team, and this year where they've been up and down. So to me, that's a coaching thing. Maybe it's a lackadaisical thing coming out of the timeout where they call a set, and once the first option is not there, they just, let's just give it to Julius. Julius is going to save the play, which he hasn't been doing. So I think that's something that Coach Tom Thibodeau needs to definitely look at the film and figure it out, man, because when you're playing good teams, those possessions are the key possessions. We saw that against the Raptors.
Big time. When
he called ISO and we got a bad shot and we lost that game. That was a key possession in the fourth quarter. So out of timeout possessions are big moments in the playoffs. So we need to correct it soon. Yeah,
no doubt about it. Let's go to Michael on the Discord. Michael, rapid fire, but let's go.
Let's go, man. Salute, hit that like button, man. Let's go, bro. I mean, this is just a good win, man. Charlie Brown, listen, man. He was keeping around the shot. He was like, oh, yeah, he's right. No, I think he listened. I think it was just Rose. I think Rose faked that injury, man. Because ain't no way that ankle
Rose is advocating for McBride, man. He was advocating for McBride.
Hey, bro. Rose in the next 10 years, bro, he's gonna be the new coach of the Knicks, man. I'm telling you. but it's crazy. It's just a good game. I mean, but the thing is, again, when Randall's in, it's just other players are it's stagnant. It's just the team gets the lead. Even with Fournier, with 2 minutes span, you see Fournier hit 2 threes and Randall comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a consistent thing, time and time again, man. And I want to talk about this. It's a good win. I want to have good vibes, but with Fournier and Randall in the starting lineup, like what JD said, it's you can't have RJ in that. He's lost in it. You can't have RJ in that starting lineup. He's lost in the dust.
True.
He's not
Michael dropping facts. Throw some fives in the chat. Let's go.
He's not even getting on the fast break. He's not. He's lost. It's like he's map. Like his phone is dead on Google Maps. He's lost. But yeah, man. This I want to talk about that, and that right. I mean, that hat looks fire, bro. And I also DM'd you on Instagram CP. I don't know. I DM'd on your Instagram on KnicksFanTV merch. But yeah, man, let's go, bro. Big win.
Let's go,
man. Let's go, man.
Michael on the Discord, throw some fives in the chat. Michael on the Discord dropping facts.
Mike is not used to winning.
Yeah.
So we got to win tonight. He's more calm, cool, collected.
Calm, cool, collected, man. You know what I mean?
But dropping facts as usual.
Yeah.
You talk about, when I mentioned the foot speed, RJ's not even in that starting lineup yet.
Right.
So when he's in there, you have him, Noel,
it's
Fournier,
muddy,
and Randall.
Man. It's muddy.
So they're gonna have to figure that out. But shout out to Mike for sure.
Shout out to Big Mike on the Discord. Let's go. All right, let's go to Australia, people.
Let's go to Australia.
Throw your cities in the chat. Ash couldn't wait to unleash that accent. Throw your cities in the chat right now. Let us know where you guys are checking in from. We're going to Australia right now. My guy Mo Ballin is down there. It's getting ready to be summertime out there. He's flexing. He's feeling good about this win. Mo, what's good?
Hey guys, love the content as usual. Guys, 1,700 watching, 1,700 likes. People support the channel. Love the great work, guys.
Yeah, we need 1,000 likes before we give this hat away.
Out.
We need 1,000 likes before we give this hat away. Let's go.
Absolutely. Just a couple of quick call outs. First of all, a win's a win. We need to win these, just like the ones we need to win against the Magic. Personally, I'm not going to get too high or too low, but I think it's proven the point that we've got the talent. I actually spoke about it, that we have the talent. They just forget the minutes. Now, this is where I'm going to balance it. I'd rather grow like the Golden State Warriors, where you have a mix of vets, quality vets, and the likes of Poole, etc., that grow within the system. I don't want to be growing like the Pistons, where it's all young people and they got no clue where they're going.
Yeah.
So today is a showcase of. I liked it when they were running Burks with all the young players, having Taj and Burks in there, stabilizing and then giving them the confidence. So I'm going to take the win. I'm hoping we win the next 6 because the sequence looks good for us.
Yeah.
So shout out to everyone out there supporting the Knicks. I reckon chin up. We've got a better or softer road ahead, and let's get those wins. And look, I'm going to say this. I do want to see Kemba out there for a little bit. It's coming up to Christmas. I don't know. I want to see that man hooping out a little bit and get us a pre-Christmas win. So shout out to everyone.
Likely, man.
Great content. Thank you, CP.
Appreciate it, Mo. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I mean, if it didn't happen tonight, it's not happening. So I think what you'll see is probably a buyout. If so, it seems like the trade market, JD's kind of dry right now, so might be a wrap. I read something, I don't recall the source, that was saying that the knees are concerned. So,
yeah.
You know.
I mean, look, it's an arthritic knee. And with an arthritic knee, unfortunately, it's not something that gets better. It's something that only gets worse.
Yep.
And I think we kind of knew this. I think, the minute that he was benched, and I think, the minute that it was discovered he can't do back-to-backs, we knew that was going to affect not only us, but then once he was benched, we knew that it was going to affect, any possibility of trading him.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, it's not like he's costing the team an arm and a leg, but in terms of moving him, one, there's just not enough of a resume of who he is currently. There's only a resume of who he was in the past. And obviously he's not the same player. So unfortunately, you're kind of, stuck with the cards that you were dealt. And that's really what it comes down to. I don't think anybody's surprised that there's not much of a trade market or trade market value for him out there. I don't think that that's a shock to anybody.
I think what they're going to, first of all, big props to Kemba, man, because I think being able to see on TV when they show him at times and he, just cheering his teammates, I think that's actually helped diffuse the situation. We've seen some articles and stuff, the Knicks are not winning, so, people will talk about it, but he's helped, this not get out of control in terms of him being who he is and him not playing. And I think him being a great teammate has played a big part of that. I think what the Knicks are going to do is they're going to hope that Austin Rivers situation develops where, yes, today there's no market for him. But, 30 games from now, CP, when there's only maybe 40 games left in the season, maybe, the knee situation is not so much a concern for a team that's saying, okay, he hasn't played all this time. We're going to get him for 40 games. He's going to be a backup. Austin Rivers was able to get even starting minutes with the Denver Nuggets because of injury.
Played well.
So you hold them, you see if, something develops. There's always injuries happening. And there's always a team that will be willing to take the chance and say, you know what, maybe here as a backup, he'll contribute. So I think that's what the Knicks are hoping that happens. And they'll find, to help him find the opportunity for him to play.
I honestly think that it's more of a possibility for Kemba's market value to go up next season than it would this season, because I think next season teams would be more willing to take on less of a risk with him because it wouldn't be costing them not that it's costing them a lot now, but it'd be costing them even less next season, right? Because you're bringing on an expiring contract. So I don't know if he gets moved this season. I just don't see anybody who, especially a team unless a team's just in complete rebuild mode, that they just really don't care. They're trying to dump all of their high costing players, like say the Indiana Pacers, for example. But I don't feel like any team that's relatively competitive is gonna make the move for, like, we're only able to trade him to a certain tier of team. And that's those type of teams you also have to look at, is there anybody that they have that you even want? So it's a conundrum of a situation for sure.
No doubt about it. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. You heard Mohammad from Australia. Hit that like button. We need at least 1,000 likes to give away the 75th anniversary NY Knicks Snap, sponsored by my guy Shells Heavy. Shout out to Shells for always supporting the show. Shout out my guy Danny in the chat. He said, CP, what happened to Manscaped? Oh, Manscaped is still rocking with us, buddy. So make sure you guys are going to manscaped.com, enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Christmas time is next week, fellas. Make sure to tell your wife or your girlfriend, significant other, you got to get this as a stocking stuffer. No pun intended. The Lawnmower 4.0, #1 men's grooming tool below the waist. And like I said, they got a bevy of products. Check out the Performance Package 4.0. You got the shampoo and conditioner. You know what I'm saying? You got the body wash. JD, did you get yours?
I got mine.
Did you? I know you went to DR, man. You know what I'm saying? I made sure that they took care of you. I told them.
What is happening?
I hit the plug at Manscaped. I said, yo, take care of my guy, man. Did you get yours, bro? They got the shampoo, conditioner. I made sure.
All deodorant.
You got all of that. All right. No
they make
doubt.
shampoo and conditioner for your hair now?
All of that. Oh, they taking care of us right now, Ash. All of that.
Facts.
Yeah. I can hook you up, Ash, if you want. You know
Wait,
what I'm
it's
saying?
for your hair, right? Not like your hair?
I mean, whatever makes you comfortable. It's here. It's here for you.
I'm asking you. I don't know what it's
Whatever
for.
you want to experiment with.
Whatever you into. Like I say on the show, whatever you into. You know what I'm saying? It's here for you.
I think that's fascinating.
Yeah, I think
shampoo
it's
and conditioner for that.
I think it's full body. Yeah, this is hair wash and conditioner. Hair wash and conditioner.
They had the nice bag, so I put all the products in the bag.
Travel bag and everything.
It was out in DR.
Did you rumble in the jungle in DR?
Yeah, there was definitely compliments. Definitely compliments.
Okay, all right. JD went international with his. Okay.
Respect.
I can't go further than that because no testimonies.
No testimonies. That's what I'm saying. Just keep it at that, my dude.
None needed.
Yeah, that's it. All right, let's shout out some more people in the chat. Shout out Junior Karoma as usual. Khalil Smalling, East Flatbush, Canarsie, what's good? My old stomping grounds. Shout out Brandon Guess. He said, CP, we want the hat that you're wearing. All right, no doubt. We can't get this one, but we got some good ones, though. Shout out Jack City. Edwin Pierre repping Haiti. Shout out Go Getter 0712 repping Ghana. Let's go. Dubs Revo Brooklyn. A lot of Brooklyn in the house. My guy Elias Dante checking in from Amsterdam. He's out there in Gramsterdam. Got to be like 4 a.m. Shout out to him. X-Man Rack checking in from Cleveland. Asher, you want to shout out tonight?
As always, shout out to Brooklyn, shout out to Killer Queens, Staten Island, the Bronx, Manhattan, Long Island, New Jersey in the building. I see some Miami folks in the building. Shout out to the West Coast. They kick in with us also. Jamaica, Barbados, Puerto Rico, DR. Shout out to all of you. We're international, baby. You know how we get down.
JD, who you shouting out, man?
Well, I got to start with CP's Manscaped razor.
Yeah, shout out.
That's CP's burner account.
That's a burner account. That's a burner account.
Yeah,
Let's
got to
go.
start with the burner account. Shout out to Rare Edition. Shout out to Ari. Just showed up.
Oh, the
Ari
battle of
with
the battle of the fans champion strolls in here late. Would you look at that? Would you look at that, man? Flex.
He's been drinking. That's why he's probably drunk.
It's almost Friday. It's almost Friday. He might be sipping. He's sipping after a big win, man. You know.
Shout out to Food Stamps. Send me some.
Yeah.
Send me some. There's an account called Food Stamps.
Let's go. Let's go.
Wait,
Wilson,
what?
Wilson,
like
yeah,
EBT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, man. Whatever you into. George Murray repping JA. What's good? Jamaica. What's good?
Absolutely. Always shout out to the mods. The mods crew, Michael Parker, Gotta Be Legend.
Yes,
TM, Cynthia Wolf. Thank you for watching.
Yes,
sure.
sir. Michael Parker. Shout out OG Triple OG team. Hashtag new repping B-More. Salute. Yo, man. That battle of the fans spilled over into the next day for like 24 hours.
Yeah,
people
shout out
were
to
buzzing.
CAACP?
Yeah,
No,
Ari took some
CAATV.
shots.
Sorry.
Ari took some shots at us, calling us CAATV. You know what I'm saying? It is sometimes it be your own people. Sometimes it be your own people. You know what I'm saying? Took a shot at me. I didn't really appreciate that. But you know, I'm here for it. It is what. But
you loyal, right, CP?
Oh yeah,
you loyal. You still, you know.
I stand in my square, pal. It is what it is.
We put the content on Twitter. We put it on the channel. You know what I mean? His video almost went viral. Had like 7,000 views.
Yeah.
So you know, and you know the CAATV. I mean, hey, you know, we got to do what we got to do.
Absolutely, man. Speaking of international, I got to hear from my guy Dwayne from Sweden. It's been a minute. Dwayne, how you doing?
Yeah, what up, CP? How you doing?
Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Hey, Ashley. Hey, JD. How you guys doing?
Hi.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute. I'm actually in New York right now for the holidays.
Okay.
I'm able to call in. So, man, I'm really happy for the win, first of all. But again, I know you said it's, you know, you shouldn't take it lightly because the Rockets are, you know, they've been winning a little bit lately. But it's the Rockets, CP. It's the Rockets.
Yeah.
But at the same time, so I wanted to get your take real quick. I'm trying to rapid fire this. I'm trying to get your take real quick. So even though we won, man, Randall's still not playing well, right? And we also seen a lot of dependence on the youth. We just called up McBride. He came in. He did his thing. Before that, we put Grimes on the spot. He did his thing. All these vets, man, they're not worth it anymore. And I think it's NBA-wide. It's an NBA-wide situation. The youth are doing good all over the NBA, and they're needed. Fresh legs, you guys mentioned fresh legs. You guys mentioned speed. All that's needed. Why go back? Why try to be ancient? Why rely on these vets? Why pay these guys? Why
Well, because if not, then you become the Rockets, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then you become the OKC Thunder. Like, you know, kids alone don't win you games. Like, name the youngest team to ever make the playoffs or win a championship. It's a mix. It's a balance. It's a delicate balance. If not, you become the Minnesota Timberwolves. You become the OKC Thunder, the Sacramento Kings.
It's changing, CP.
It's not
changing. That's why we're seeing this, man. McBride helped us to win this game, did he not?
Fam, who won the championship last year?
The Bucks. You're right. The Bucks won the championship last year.
Name me all the young players that led the Bucks to a championship. The youth. I mean, the Freak has been in the league for a little while. It was Drew Holiday. It was Brooke Lopez. These guys have been in the league because that's how they get there. Yes, it's their skill and their talent, but it's also the experience. It's a balance. PJ Tucker. It's a balance,
We're not trying to win the championship this year, though, CP. We're not trying to win the championship. We're trying to just win some more games.
No, I understand that. Totally. And you're right. But I appreciate the call. You want Tibbs to mix in more of the youth. I get what he's saying. But it can't just be all youth and no veterans. You're still trying to win games. You know, you're still trying to win games. Part of winning games also helps in player development. And that's finding the right balance. Yeah, you know, Julius and Fournier, they had their bad moments. They had their good moments in the game. Got to put it together for 48 minutes. That's been the most frustrating thing. It's their inconsistency. That's, you know, why we are under 500 right now. These are our top two dogs.
And I still believe that this roster can, you know, grow into a playoff team. And because, like, you know, there's a misconception of play the kids and just tank. You know, you can play the kids, and these kids that are in here can help you win games this year.
Right.
We're not talking about, you know, guys that are like completely raw talent that you have to wait 2 more years for them to develop a 3-point shot, 2 more years for them to grow into a good defender. Mm-hmm. These guys do that right now.
Yeah.
You know, how consistent they're going to do it, you know, that's a game-to-game discussion. But, you know, when you look at Grimes, you look at McBride, and you look at Obi, who's shown a lot of growth, you know, you're talking about a nucleus that if you figure out Fournier and Randall, if you figure that out, whether it's a lineup change or a rotational change, this team can grow into being a very competitive team in a very stacked East. It's a stacked East, but you're talking about a few games on loss column. You're jumping up 4 or 5 slots. Yeah. So I think you can accomplish both this season.
Absolutely. I mean, I agree with that. I think it's just about seeing what's in front of you, right? I think that it's about not trying to make something work that isn't working and accepting what this team is and what it looks like at this moment in time. And I think that's a really good point. Two things can be true at the same time, right? I think that knowing that this team still needs to add some more pieces, but knowing that we have a lot more pieces than maybe a lot of people thought or anticipated, Tibbs included. And I think it's about developing that while also still preparing for the future. And you can do both at the same time. Look, we said this last season. Yes, it was a great season for us. It was a lot of fun. Fourth seed, all the just hoopla around it, the media frenzy, great. But this is a new year, this is a new season. The Knicks aren't winning a championship. And because of that, you are able to fly under the radar a little bit when it comes to the spotlight and when it comes to pressure, right? So I think because of that, you're in a good situation where you can really develop these young guys so that next season, this is a completely drastically different team for the better. But I think the groundwork starts now from this point forward, and it's up to Tibbs to start really developing these guys and really putting that conscious effort to do so, and stop trying to force a situation to work that you've seen for months now is not working.
Yeah. Shout out to Ricky Ocasio, $5 super chats. His first 30-minute game for Mitch and not gas. That's what happens when you have guards that actually play defense. Shout out to Go Getter 0712 says, do you think that Kevin Knox will get more playing time whenever he comes in? Sparingly, he's our most consistent shooter. I doubt it. I doubt it. Unless we're in an injury situation. I don't see Kev really cracking a rotation like that, to be honest. You still got Obi. It's a lot of guys that are factoring into this. So
such a bad stretch for him, CP. I think he caught that before. I think was in his summer league or something where he had that opportunity.
Man. Yeah,
he's had some bad luck, man. Because this could have been a night where he could have been part of this, good win, and he could have been a contributor, and he could have continued to make a case for minutes, or at the very least continue to build his value. So I feel bad for Kevin. Definitely feel bad for Kevin.
Me too. Joe Dinho on the Discord. Get ready, Joe Dinho. We're going to go to you. Shout out Dog. He sends a $5 super chat. He said, what are you guys doing? Get those likes up. I need that fitted for my Nike Dunk NYK 75th anniversary to match the set. I need that. Let's go, people. Let's get those likes up. We got 1,000 likes. We will give it. As soon as we hit 1,000 likes, I'm giving it away.
Yeah, the math ain't mathing. There's
the math is not mathing.
In the chat.
Let them know.
And I only see 800 thumbs up, so I'm not quite sure.
Oh, what the hell? All right, we just lost Ash. Hang on one second. I think that was you people in the chat, man. Hang on. Hang on. What just happened here? Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Let me get these guys back in here real quick. Little technical difficulties. I think there's people in the chat that bounced Ash out of here, man. Hang on one second. While I do that, let me get to Fatboy in Harlem. Fatboy, what's going on?
Yo, what's going on, CP?
Good, man. Just turn that. You got to turn down the volume in the background. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
No, I got you. I did already. You hear me crystal clear?
Yeah, loud and clear.
All right, good. Shout out to the team. Good win tonight. This is great. I'm glad to see that we can still hold pressure on the road, trying to scrape up these wins because we need something in the win column badly, bro.
Yeah.
It was looking bad with this drought going over these 10 games. It wasn't looking good.
Yeah, man.
But not to speed up. I know it's rapid fire session, but shout out to that guard play. I'd already recapped and pulled some of the relay back from a few weeks ago when I was speaking during that Brooklyn loss. But all in still, these boys combined for 15 threes. Are you serious?
Yeah.
9 for 15?
Yeah, it was one of those.
Mind you, Deuce didn't have a turnover the entire game.
Yeah.
On top of having clamps all over DJ Augustine, whether it be Eric Gordon, even sometimes they had to switch him on to tape. He was still able to hold his own. So I'm seeing a capable defender that's solid, not only at the 1 and the 2, but he could assist quickly playing off ball. This is amazing film. I'm running the game back as we speak. It's enough said.
Let's go.
Shout out to the team, another dub. Ashley, you look good as hell. Thank you for popping back up on screen. I appreciate you. Shout out to your hairstylist and your brilliant team. But let's go!
Fatboy,
I'm
no shame. All right, man, I'm pulling the plug on you. You sipping too hard, my guy. Come on, man. Get a grip.
Yo, what happened to me and JD? Did we end up in the Matrix?
I think so, man. What happened, man? Did we get some more wins? Did y'all go into the future and come back?
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought we were running the show because you disappeared from our screen.
Yeah.
JD tried to kidnap me and take me to DR. That's what happened.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, man. But welcome back, man. Shout out to Old Dog. He says there's about 2,000 people in the chat. Please hit that like button. That's common courtesy. It's like taking your shoes off when you enter somebody's house that got carpet. Shout out to Old Dog, man. Shout out to Old Dog for knowing the protocol. As soon as you get in here, you got to hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. We giving away merch here. We giving away merch. Brand new with the tags, authentic merch. Hit that like button and we'll get to it. Once we get to 1,000, we'll get to it. All right, Joe Dinho on the Discord, and then we're going to talk about prize picks. JD, did you win tonight in prize picks? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I don't think I did.
All right, Joe Dinho on the Discord. Joe Dinho, unmute your mic. I don't know if he's ready, man. I don't think Joe Dinho's ready for showtime. All right, let's go to Side OU7 on the Discord. Side OU7, you're on the Discord. All right, Side OU7 is not ready. Oh, you still there?
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? Yep, loud and clear.
Cool. Yeah, I was all 72 last season. Gonna be all 82 this season. I love what you guys do.
Appreciate
Good
it, man.
job.
Appreciate it.
I love what McBride did today.
Mm-hmm.
He was everywhere. Defense is on point. I like when he gets switched to a big body. They're just not gonna get inside easy. You know, it's gonna be tough for him. Also, you're kind of low. Hello?
Yeah, you can hear me. Hello.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
All right, yeah.
I know you're a little low for me, but whatever.
Okay.
Shout out to Quickly.
Mm-hmm.
He was good off ball. He could have easily ball hogged all night. But give it up to McBride. Let him do his thing. And I agree with JD. Like I much rather have him off ball hitting shots for us. And last point. There's a lot of talk about this patient route.
Mm-hmm.
With our future, but I want this patient. I want to take this patient route with Randall in our future. I think, he doesn't have a handle. He doesn't have a creativity in the post.
Mm-hmm.
He needs a lot of work done. But I don't know. He brought us to relevancy last year, and he just grinded for his time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And as a native New Yorker, I just like that. So I want to roll with Randall. I don't think any stars are coming to New York. We need to find him a homegrown star and see what we can do with that.
Okay.
Appreciate the time, guys.
Appreciate it, man. So he's saying be patient with Randall, people. What do you guys think in the chat? Rate that call, man, 1 through 5. Be patient. Be patient. All right, we're getting closer to 1,000 like mark. We're gonna get into prize picks, and then after that, hopefully we get to 1,000 likes, and then we'll give away the merch. We'll wrap up with a couple more. I see Angel on the switchboard, so we'll get to Angel in a second. All right, salute to everybody in the chat. Real quick, JD, sound like it wasn't a great night for you, man. It sounds like it wasn't a great night. But real quick, people,
it could have been.
As you know, man, this show is presented by Prize Picks. Now, Prize Picks has the best NBA daily fantasy props on the market. They offer more NBA props than any daily fantasy prop operator out there. And what I mean by props, it's over-unders. That's the whole name of the game for Prize Picks. You're picking 2 to 5 players, and you're picking over-under particular stats that Prize Picks selects each night. So it's you versus the house. The great thing about Prize Picks is that you can mix and match sports. So you just had the Chargers and the Chiefs on. So let's say you want to play Patrick Mahomes over under touchdowns and combine that with Julius Randle over under points. You can do that on Prize Picks. And like I said, you're only picking 2 to 5 players, and you can win up to 10 times on the money that you put in. So tonight wasn't a great night for CP tonight. I was on a 2-entry win streak with Prize Picks. I won $200 the other day, won $8 last night. And tonight, Wasn't so hot for me, JD. Here's where I went. I went with, the Nets coming into this game against the Sixers. Over the last 7 to 10 games, they've been defending bigs fairly well. They were at home, coming off a win against the Raptors. Embiid, who had just hurt his knee against the Heat, he was kind of questionable into this game. I picked the under 24.5 points. It was a little bit light, but I picked the under. Embiid ended up cracking that by a little bit. Now, Eric Gordon against the Knicks. Gordon had scored over 20 points in 4 out of his last 5 games. Short-handed Rockets team. A Knicks defense that has been, giving it up to guards and wings over the season rather. So I went over with Eric Gordon, 17.5 points, and he didn't. I don't even think he cracked double digits tonight. So that one did not hit with Eric Gordon. Here's one I did hit: Daniel Tice. One of the things about the Knicks is that rebounding hasn't been their strong suit this year at all. I went Daniel Tice over 5 rebounds, and he hit that. So I did hit that tonight. Now, I got a little screwed tonight because Derrick Rose didn't play in the second half of this game. I went with D Rose tonight. Rockets giving up a ton of 3-point attempts. I believe they're 4th in the league in terms of the most 3-point attempts given. I went with my guy D Rose, who hit the other night against Golden State, 1.5 3 points made. He didn't even play in the second half, so that one was a wash. So I ended up losing on that D Rose pick. And then finally, I did hit on this one because I felt like Julius was going to come out aggressive in this game, and he did. And I went with Julius Randle over 3 free throws made, and I ended up hitting that. I forgot how much Julius had in this game, but I did end up hitting that. But I only hit 2 out of the 5. And to win money in prize picks, if you do the 5-pick play, you got to win. You got to win at least 3. You got to win at least 3 out of 5 to win the minimum, and I only won 2 out of 5 tonight. So wasn't a great night for me, but you guys can win, man. Go to prizepicks.com, enter promo code KFTV at the sign-up screen, and they will match your deposit of up to $100, 100%. So it's a great deal. If you put in $20, they'll match you $20. You have $40 to play with. If you put in $50, they'll match you $50. You have $50 to play with. And you put in $100, they'll match you $100, and you'll have $200 to play with. Always play responsibly. But like I said, you can go to prizepicks.com or download the app, enter promo code KFTV for that 100% match. JD, how much did you hit tonight?
I didn't hit anything.
Oh, 0 for 5 tonight?
No, I didn't. No money.
Yeah.
But no, I played a ticket of 5 as well.
Yeah,
and I went with Derrick Rose over 1.5 on threes. I was very confident in him being able to hit 2 threes tonight. But we saw how that happened. So I wish he would have been able to play. I think he would have definitely hit 2 threes against the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
I had Kevin Durant under 8 assists. And he had 7 assists. He had exactly 8. So I didn't get it because I clicked the under.
Mm-hmm.
He had 7 assists, 1 minute left. Blake Griffin's 0 of 4 from 3. And he hits Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin hits his first 3 of the game. That gave him his 8th assist, knocked me out there. And then I missed on Joel Embiid as well, CP. I took him
went
on the under.
I went the under on Embiid tonight, man.
It was a risk. You mentioned the questionable and the injuries. With me, it was more of in the second game of a back-to-back this season, he's played 5 minutes less. He hasn't cracked over 25 points.
Right.
So I said, this is the second of a back-to-back. Maybe he'll do that. He is averaging 29 points against the Nets, so I knew it was a risk. But I went ahead and took it, and I missed.
Yeah,
so those were my 3 misses.
He cracked that.
Those
in
are my
the
3
quarter.
misses.
Yeah.
I took Sabonis under 12.5 points, 12.5 rebounds. I'm sorry. He had 9. And then I took Patty Mills. I thought Patty Mills was a lock. Under 3.5 assists.
Yeah.
He's hit the over on 3.5 assists only 5 times all year. I thought it was a lock pick tonight. So I hit on Sabonis, hit on Patty Mills, but I missed on the other 3.
Hey.
And there you have it.
Win some, you lose some, man. Win some, you lose some. But that is the prize pick segment for tonight. As I said, man, you guys go ahead and play, but play responsibly. Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring the show. Okay. The one I did like though, JD, was Alec Burks 4.5 rebounds. I didn't play that one, but Burks was on the board. My guy Burks was on the board tonight. I did like that one, but didn't play it. Okay.
Don't you hate when you have one that you were thinking all day?
Can't second guess, man.
And then you don't do it, and then you see, like, for me it was LeVert. I wanted to take the over 17 and a half. I didn't, and then he scores 31.
That's how the game goes, man. You can't second guess. All right, so I'm hearing that we did hit the 1,000 like mark. Ash, can you please confirm?
We did.
This?
We are 1,000 likes. So
okay.
Congratulations, everyone.
Okay, so it is giveaway time, isn't it? I am a man of my word. Tonight's prize, once again, the 75th anniversary, new era Knicks snapback, brand new with the tags. No Fulton Street Fugazi, no Jamaica Ave junk. This is the real deal, Holyfield people. This is the real deal. And here's how you're gonna win. TM, get ready in the chat. Matter of fact, let me throw the chat on slow-mo mode so we don't have any cheaters here. Because you're only gonna get a couple entries. All right, I'm throwing the chat in slow-mo mode right now, so don't type anything in the chat or else you're not gonna get a chance to win. Okay.
Is TM here?
I hope so.
Because if he's, I haven't seen him type. So if he's not, we may have to assign someone.
My guy gotta be Legends on there. All right, here we go. Here's the trivia question. Who was the first ever Knicks head coach? Is it A, Neil Cohalan, B, Red Holtzman, C, Vince Borriella, or D, Joe Lapchick? The first ever Knicks head coach. Who's it gonna be?
All right, we get some answers coming in.
We got some answers coming in, Ash? All right, hold on.
The first 4 answers are actually all different, so that's beneficial.
That's great. That means they have no idea.
All right, first answer, Daniel Mejia says it's B. Angel says it's A. CP's Manscaped Razor, which I think is your burner account, says D.
Okay.
And then Prolific P says A. So we have 4 different answers right off the top.
Who was the first answer to come in? Was that Daniel Mejia?
It was Daniel Mejia with B.
Okay. Well, the answer is.
Whoa. I see who's gonna.
Hang on.
I see who's gonna win it.
Let me go to my panelists. Ash, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with B actually too.
Red Holtzman. Now remember, the Knicks came in 1946.
Oh right.
Red Holtzman was 70s.
Then I'm gonna go D.
Joe Lapchick. JD, your answer, please.
My answer is A.
JD's going with A, Neil Cohalan. The answer is Neil Cohalan.
Oh, you.
The answer is A. Congratulations to Angel Berrios. Wait, is this Angel the Simp?
Is this Simp Goat?
Is this the Goat Simp?
That's why I said,
Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. These people are gonna think we pulled a foot trick on him, man. No foot trick here, people.
He got it legit. He was the first one to say A.
This was
There's already
legit.
enough allegations.
He was the first one to say A. The only other person who said A after him was Michael Maldonado. He was the second person to come and say A.
All right, well, we were gonna close with him, but you know what? Yeah, we're gonna close with him. Because here he is. Angel from Philly, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the snap and the closer. The floor is yours, sir.
Yo, what's good, CP? How you doing, bro?
Salute, man. Salute. Congratulations, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I took a wild guess on that one. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Hey.
My God. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
Can
go
you
ahead.
guys hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my everybody in the chat. My guy Ari, Edgar, JD was good, bro. To the Queen, I had to look good to win the hat for you, boo. So I hope I can put a smile on your face tonight. But
okay.
Hey, listen, man, y'all know what it is, man. Hit that thumbs up for y'all boys. Y'all know what it is, man. Show some love.
Let's go.
But Hey, listen, CP, I went to the game on Sunday. That experience was phenomenal at the Garden. Everybody was just coming up to me, because I was wearing a hat. and it was definitely an honor. So I can't lie. I can't wait till I come to the next game. And when it comes to this game, honestly, I'm not really impressed about beating the Rockets. I mean, a win is a win. You want to get in the win column. I was more invested on, how many minutes McBride was going to get.
Yeah.
And how was Fournier going to look, because obviously he's been terrible the last couple of games. And, I got to say something to the chat, man. Enjoy everything while it lasts, because you're not going to see it that much this year. So, with that being said, we know how Tibbs is. He's going to stick to his starters. He's not really going to change the lineup too much. But the one thing I am confident in is the fact that if any injuries do happen, these players, we should not go another game this season without playing Grimes, without playing McBride, and giving Kevin Knox some minutes. Because honestly, what they bring to the table, they're bringing hustle, they're playing hard, and they're going after it. And, they're making people work to get their shots, and that's what you want to see from the young guys. And if we can just give them some minutes, I think that'll definitely benefit this team long term. But, like I said, we're going to have to see. And, I'm happy we won, but honestly, realistically, it's the Houston Rockets. We were better than this team. So now we're going on to Boston, and
game.
we got Washington coming up in Detroit. So can I ask you guys a question? Because I know you guys got to go, but what do you see this team realistically winning in these next 4 games? Because I honestly have them going 2-2. And, maybe 3-1 if we could beat Boston, but you don't know. So, again, thank you for the hat. It was just a wild guess. And, thank you guys for taking my call. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And Ashley, you look absolutely gorgeous doing that little commercial for the Cleveland Browns. So I got to give you a shout-out, boo. And y'all know what it is, man. Hit the goat up on Twitter, man. Y'all have a good night.
Let's
out.
Go. Ash, you doing commercials with Cleveland Browns?
No, it was it was for the Hisense TVs or whatever.
Okay,
and it was about the Packers Browns game on Christmas Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Copy. Next 4 games. It's hard to predict these,
It's hard, especially with like the massive uptick in COVID.
Yeah,
like,
you don't even know who's gonna be around.
Right.
You don't even know who's gonna be around for real. That's a big thing. Oh, let me. Angel's got his. He's got his volume up there. Okay.
I mean, I will say against the Boston Celtics, they're playing. We play them Saturday, and
it's a big game.
The game is on NBA. Yeah, I believe the game is on NBA TV.
It is.
But they play the night before on ESPN against the Golden State Warriors. So our game is gonna be a second of a back-to-back for them, and they're already 14-14 on the season. So I feel like whatever roster ends up being active that day, with the injury report, I think that's a game that we can definitely win. After that, I mean, I think after that game, you'll have some players that may be eligible. I think Obi will be eligible. RJ may be able to get back. So we'll see.
We just gotta make sure everybody's back. But make no mistake, these next 4 games, depending on if we can catch a little run, these next 4 games are very important, man. We're right there with Boston. All right, Detroit is in the basement right now. Washington is I think they're like 4th or 5th in the East. And Atlanta, let me take a look at the
I will say though,
standings. Go ahead.
We are in a I don't want to say good position but I'll say that for lack of a better word. We're lucky that our uptick in COVID happened before the Christmas Day game, because all those guys will be back.
Hopefully, yeah.
By Christmas Day for sure. God willing, in case something else crazy happens. But I think, we're in a better situation than some other teams who are now starting to get cases coming in, and we're getting closer to those games. So that's an upside that we'll have those guys for that big game, and hopefully the few games leading up to that. But yeah, it's very hard to tell because again, you really just don't know what happens here. You really don't know, not even from a standpoint of who starts and who doesn't, just from this COVID protocol, health protocol situation. But the benefit though is that it's forced Tibbs to get, like we said earlier in the show, more creative with the roster, more creative with his rotations, and that could work in our favor. I mean, we don't know until we know. Yeah. It could work in our favor.
Definitely. Wizards 7th, Hawks 9th, Celtics 10th. Knicks.
But this is what I'm saying. You initially thought it was maybe 4th or 5th, but you get a couple losses, wins in the East, and you're dropping.
You're dropping.
You know what I mean? So
you're dropping. 7 through 10 are all tied right now. So, I mean, it's extremely early. You got 50 games left. But, nevertheless, I always look at the tiebreakers, man. Very important. Then you got Christmas Day against the Hawks. You already beat them once.
I really can't believe, like, I jumped out the whole window and really called a 50-piece on this team. Like, I really...
come on, man. We could drop that. I don't want to have it.
I really was ready to start handing out burgers. And like, I really don't know what happened. Like, I even lowered it to like 40-something, and I'm struggling. I still believe we're gonna win out. We're gonna run the table. Watch. You're
not too far off, CP. So don't smirk.
Well, there was one person on this panel that said, I don't see it. That's just me.
Whatever. You get credit for that, but you know what? There's one person on this panel also who wasn't on the trade Obi train. It was your girl. All right. I was the one who said y'all being too hard on Obi. Now look at our boy. All right. So
he's shy right now. He's shy, man. How about the Cavs are killing right now, man. Cavs bodying everybody right now. So we got time. We got time to turn this around, though.
If we win that game, though, against the Celtics, CP, when you look at that schedule, you mentioned Detroit and then Washington leading into that Christmas big matchup against the Hawks. If we can win this next game, I think this team will get a lot of confidence, and maybe this could be a little run here leading into that Atlanta game. So I think now that we won today, I think this Boston game is a little mini big game.
Oh, I think it's a
big game.
I think it's a big game. I think it's a big game. Well, great show, Ash and JD. Getting late, so we're gonna wrap. Salute to all the callers. Definitely appreciated everybody who donated. Let me go ahead and read the rest of the super chats. Great job by all the mods. Great job, KnicksFanTV Edgar on the phones. Let me go ahead and refresh this thing here real quick. Salute to Edgar winning the snap. And okay, shout out to Reggie Jones, $5 super chat. He says Randall talked to the ref more than his team. Yeah, he's got to get his head in the game for sure. But that's just Julius for you. Shout out to O-Dog. He says, I'm hating right now, SMH. How the King of the Simps won that. Rigged. It's Ash's fault for having the chat out their minds tonight with all that simp energy. Shout out Alexander Bonner. Says, how do we get rid of Fournier? All he's doing is log jamming Grimes out of the rotation. I'll take a bag of chips and some pocket lint. We don't need the guy. I mean, in fairness, the guy did drop 23 points tonight. I mean, if you didn't have
Tell you what, he keeps having 23-point games. You might be able to move him.
Yeah. So it's all hands on deck, man. But Grimes will get his opportunity. Still, a Knicks fan says the super chat says Tibbs wasn't hiding the world from Deuce. He was hiding Deuce from the world. What's so funny is shout out Steve Verner, $10 super chat says great win. Get those likes up. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Nathan L says Deuce's minutes were real. 30 minutes with 0 turnovers. High b-ball IQ. The kid needs to run. He works with every lineup. Wake up, Tibbs. Yeah, Deuce fits, man. He fits. Shout out to Josh. He says last caller was Kendra's brother. Irvin Vasquez says, how do I join KnicksFanTV? I love you, Ash. Yeah, the Simps are going crazy today, man. Simps are going jumping out the window tonight, Ash. O-Dog says, okay, got that. Shout out O-Dog. Shout out 95 Bully. Super chat, $5 super chat says, shout out to KnicksFanTV.com. Great articles and content. Remy always drops dimes. Support the movement. # not just a podcast. Yeah, that's right, people. Not only is this show in video format, I always tell you it's available in audio podcast format, so you don't need to miss it, but also the next day after every game, go to KnicksFanTV.com and check out Remy's player ratings. We used to do player ratings a couple years back. The fans loved it, but Remy does it after every game. He rates every player, and it's a great write-up, man. So make sure you guys are going to KnicksFanTV.com, signing up for the mailing list, and checking out Remy's articles. O-Dog $5 Super Chat says, shout out to Wally for telling those two little kids, Rocket fans, to take the L with them. Yeah, did y'all hear that at the end of the game? They kept showing these two little kid Rocket fans, and him and Breen were, laughing at them and at their energy because they were into the game. And then after the Knicks won the game, they show them again. MSG shows them again walking out the game, and Wally was like, yeah, take that L. I was like, oh, shit.
Shout out to Wally on the new baby.
Wally
Great.
Yeah, Wally
confident.
Wally's a company man for real. Shout out to him, man. He likes where he works. All right, shout out to Emil Beaumont-Sour, $5 Australian super chat. Says, have you guys watched Ben Rithol's NBA Twitter vids on Obi running suicides in the game? Obi is energy personified. You have to watch it if you haven't. Yeah, I definitely seen it. Shout out to Ben. He does great work. And Obi puts in work, man. He's the energy of this team, no doubt. Josh says, Deuce hits point of attacks on defense better than NY Giants DBs. For everything we say about Jew and Ev, it's refreshing to have good young players. Shout out KnicksFanTV Edgar. Says the Deuce is running wild, brother. Deuce a maniac. Let's go. Fritz Marty Jr. Appreciate it. Papo 171. Appreciate it. Fugazi, appreciate it. Go get it. 0712. OG Triple OG. I got that one. I got Lee. Ricky Ocasio got that. Junior Caroma got that. The Fishers. The youngins don't. The youngins does not mean tank. Hashtag play the kids. And I think that's it. Henry Roman says the kids made it fun to watch and play. The tempo picked up and it spread with the team. Okay. And let me just refresh one more because I think I saw one more come in before we wrap. I think it's from Del Will.
And there's one from Vlad, I think, that came in too. I saw an orange one.
Shout out Del Will. $10 super chat. He says, big up Manchester J.A. Fournier must be getting showcased for a trade. Only reason for all those minutes lately. He's a starter. You paid him. This is what he's supposed to do. Tonight he performed. Shout out to Vlad. He says, no thirst. Ash, you look beautiful. LMFAO. Salute to the game. Ash, you paying these people tonight?
I don't know what's going on.
Are you paying these people tonight? This reminded me.
I swear to God, I don't know what's happening.
Is this a pre-show campaign?
Yo, I think Ash is pulling a foot trick on us. I think these are paid.
I swear to God, I have no parts in what is happening tonight.
I mean, Ash is big time now. She has the funds to fund these things.
I have no idea. Thank you guys so much, though. It warms my heart. Thank you.
These are paid simps. I think this was an orchestrated attack by Ash, JD.
I have no idea.
Real talk.
She hacked the show.
She hacked the show
tonight.
We went into the Matrix and everything was different when we got out.
Changed.
I don't know what happened.
Everything changed. Shout out to Vlad though. Shout out to Vlad. Shout out to Saint Nick NYC. More super chat says finally a unit that worked with Randall. Cynthia, $20 super chat. Thanks, Cynthia. Says, good to see Deuce, IQ, Mitch. When I saw Randall coming back, I cringed. Mitch looked better with Deuce was running when Deuce was running point. So sorry it took COVID in order to see Deuce. Yeah, that's true. I hope Tibbs sees what he has and continues with the kids. D-Roy, my guy, D-Roy was in the building tonight in H-Town. Those are Jamaican flags up in the chat. He says, glad the Knicks got the win. Let's go Knicks. H-Town is orange and blue, baby. Shout out D-Roy, man. Bless up. D-Roy was out there with his lady at the Toyota Center. Got to see us get the dub. Appreciate you. And yeah, man. That is it. Once again, go to prizepicks.com. Promo code KFTV for 100% match on your deposit of up to $100. And Ash JD, we out of here, man.